morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be. It's Jesse with Attention to Detail here in beautiful Watsonville, California. Today we're working on this 1912 Premier. This car will have its own unique set of challenges because it is so old. It's a vintage car. Now when you're detailing something like this, there's a lot of stuff you can do. The most important thing is find out what the owner wants done. I mean, literally you can spend weeks doing something like this because every one of these pieces is brass. This is brass, this is brass. The entire car is brass. If you polish all that brass, that in and of itself can take a super long time. Now this is up for sale. It's an older restoration, so we're going to leave the patina on it. Basically, we're just going to knock the dust off of it. We're going to clean the wood wheels up. It's a horseless carriage. It's one of the oldest cars I've ever done. I'm really excited to be able to do it. So let's go through this step by step, and I'll show you what we need to do to make this look as good as it can under these circumstances. We're not going to wash it. We're not going to get it wet. We're going to use a steam bath. We're going to use dry steam vapor, and we're going to start at one end and just steam the entire thing. Steam in one hand, vacuum in the other, and clean it up as best we can gently. We don't want to use any aggressive techniques on this car. We want to respect its age. We want to respect its heritage, the way it looks, and hopefully when we're done, this car is going to look awesome. So here's a little closer look at the car before we start. Again, this is not so much a barn find, but it has been in a barn for about 30 years. A lot of dust on it. And a lot of old grease, oil. These wood wheels are going to have to be cared for in a special fashion. This wood cowl, this is copper, or brass rather. As we open the door, you see wood here, brass down there. The interior has some old cobwebs in it. I'm sure we'll find a mouse carcass or two. The original leather, so we're going to have to be super careful with that. People who collect these cars, they want to keep them in as original fashion as possible. You don't want to replace this with something from your local upholstery guy. So here's the back. The top is all cobwebby, dusty, dirty. This cool old tank. And this is going to be a big challenge too, all of this old oil right here. Again, a bunch of brass, cool little old school horn. Some oil, some grease, some dirt. So that's our challenge today, people. Are you down? Are you with me? Are we going to get this done and make it look awesome? You bet we are. Okay, so the first thing we're going to focus on is this part of the car. The wheel, the tire, the axle. We're going to clean this all up, and I've got my bag of tricks here. It has everything that we normally use for detail. Cleaners, compounds, waxes, polishes, stuff like that. So we've got, the only thing we're going to use on this car is steam from the Vapor Blitz 2. We're going to use Meguiar's interior cleaner, all-purpose cleaner, and Meguiar's Final Touch, which is a spray detailer or a liquid wax kind of, and that's it. We're going to make it very, very pretty using only steam and then some cleaners. No water, no soap, nothing like that. We're going to kind of go old school with this. Okay, so as with any detail, we're going to start at the top and work our way down. When we detail a car, we start on the roof, work our way down. We don't want to take any of that bottom stuff and take it up. This is no different, although it hasn't been driven a lot. And there's not a lot of road salts and tar and crap like that we have to worry about. We're just going to start at the top on this quarter and go down. I found a way to do it pretty efficiently. And what I'm using is a low pile towel, an old glass towel. It's kind of dirty, but that's okay. And our Meguiar's all-purpose cleaner. So I'm just going to hit it with some Meguiar's. Wipe it off. Again, this is an old restoration. This isn't original. It's a restoration from the 70s or 80s. So whomever buys this car is going to hook it up a little different, I'm sure. You know, it's not going to. But we want it to be presentable for sale. We want it to look good to a prospective buyer and be able to look through that dust and see exactly what he needs to do to get it the way he wants it to look, which is hopefully as original as possible. So now that's wet. When it dries, it's going to have a little haze, and to keep it from getting all super nasty, we will grab the Final Touch spray detailer from McGuire's. We buy this stuff at P&S Supply. It's like 20 bucks a gallon. You can dilute it half with water, so it's not super expensive. And then a dry, clean microfiber towel. Give it a little wipe, like this. Yay, yay! And then I use a light colored towel so I can always look at my towel and see if there's stuff coming off. And then I want to flip it to a clean part of the towel and keep going until we don't see a lot of gunky gunk on the towel. And then, yeah, it's a big difference just with that. So we have to go over the whole outside of the car with that technique, I think, and then it's going to keep us from getting it all nasty.